Another part of the story of these 20 years of war that we've lived since 9/11 obviously is Iraq. Many analysts who look at Iraq and the region have concluded that that was a significant strategic mistake for the United States, that it ended up empowering Iran, a genuinely troubling adversary for us and for Israel. As you look back, Madam Secretary, what's your own judgment about the decision that was made to invade in March 2003? And if the arguments that Iraq had WMD had been proven false, as many of them turned out to be, do you think President Bush would still have invaded anyway?
Well, David, it's very hard to say because, as you know, what you know today can affect what you do tomorrow, but not what you know did yesterday. And so it's completely speculative. What if we had known? It would, of course, depended on what we knew. And the fact is, when you have an opaque regime like that that wants to hide weapons of mass destruction or their production, it's very hard to know. And the intelligence certainly supported the idea that they had them. Now, I still think that Iraq, the people of Iraq, the world, the Middle East is better off without Saddam Hussein. Iraq is a fragile but increasingly stable friend of the United States. Yes, they have to deal with the Iranians, but we also have a presence there that can help us deal with the Iranians and their Shia militia allies. I think you will see Iraq more and more integrated into a Sunni community of states that is itself changing in its relationship with Israel, as we've seen with the Abraham Accords, changing even in a degree of liberalization that domestically that we are even seeing in places with all of its problems and all of the problems with the leadership that we're even seeing in Saudi Arabia. And so that Iraq is a different Iraq than it would have been under Saddam Hussein, and I think it's a more positive force in the Middle East. Before 9/11, the Bush administration was accused of not having connected the dots before that attack. The dots that we were presented around Iraq said this is a mortal enemy of the United States whose tyrannical leader is not only destroying his own people, but breaking out of UN sanctions, shooting at our aircraft every day, and oh, by the way, reconstituting his weapons of mass destruction. And President Bush decided that it was time for the international community to act. We will see in time whether the United States in the Middle East is stronger as a result of that. I would say that the early returns are we are getting to a different kind of Middle East, particularly among the Sunni states.